happens. Alright, just make sure when I'm talking it's on yellow. Alright, yeah. Alright, let me just do a quick on-stream announce and then we're good. Alright, I don't know if you guys heard that, but we were about.
I'm Nimputs and I'm going to be doing Sonic R 100%. This is the GameCube version on Sonic Gems Collection. So let's just jump into it, go into Grand Prix, picking Knuckles here. I'm going to start on Reactor Factory and the run starts in 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, so in Sonic R 100%, the game is made up of 5 tracks, and on 4 of these you have to collect a number of things. Those things are 1 to 2 emeralds and 5 Sonic tokens. And to get to these things, you also have to get a lot of rings. And these tokens and emeralds are spread out on strange parts of the track, so you have to take some weird routes throughout. And on this track particularly, getting the fastest route to get everything by the end of lap 2 is a bit inconsistent because you're kind of at the mercy of the ring RNG. So you need 120 rings by lap 2. So there's these blue emblems which give me random amounts of rings. That's looking pretty good. Right here, so yeah, I've got enough rings, perfect. So first emerald is up here. I have to open this gate that's standing right here, and the emerald gets shot out of the cannon and it's dropping down here. And second emerald is over here, coming out of this submarine.
You got a second?
Yeah?
Don't stop. I'm just saying that, like, Twitch is like having. I just figured I'd say this on stream. Sometimes when you restream a feed from Twitch recently, there's been some tech issues where the audio is cutting off sometimes.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I can't do anything about that now, and not even like a stream restart on my end fixes that. So, fortunately, if the audio cuts out every like minute or so for a second, I can't really do anything.
Alright,
sorry about
that's
that,
fine.
everyone.
No problem.
Right.
Alright, so I've got the last coin here, and now I've got 1 lap more to go, and what I'm gonna do is wiggle into this corner and clip out of bounds, and now I can trigger the last lap really quickly like this, and that's the first race. So, since I've collected all these 5 Sonic tokens and won the race, I now get into the challenge race, and the challenge race, I have to do the same track again. But I don't have to collect anything anymore, so I can just finish it as quickly as possible. So I can once again go back here and wiggle in the corner and wait until it clips me. Hopefully not in this direction. These clips are kind of luck dependent. These can take anywhere from half a second to all of eternity, so that's fun. And sometimes, as you saw there, they clip you in the wrong direction, but that's fine. I have enough buffer time. The AI is slow, so can just do this again. And that's Reactor Factory, the challenge race. So now I unlocked Metal Knuckles because I won that. And he's gonna be very useful for the next 2 tracks. What I did right there, as the screen faded out when I beat the race, I did a cutscene skip. Basically, when the screen fades out, I can pause the game and then quit out, and that skips the victory animation, and that saves a few seconds every time. So, for this track, I'm gonna use Metal Knuckles, and for the next track as well, because... oh god, that's not good. I messed that up. Let's do that again. There's a coin up here, I need to get that. So, this track has a lot of water, and Metal Knuckles is very good at dealing with that water, because Metal Knuckles can just jump over the water without losing any speed. This is a mess, these speed shoes messed me up. Oh god. Okay, but you see Metal Knuckles can just hop like this over water. So he's really good at dealing with the water without any issues. That's why we use him here, and that's also the reason you did Reactor Factory first, because you unlock him there. Yeah, for this track I need 70 rings, only 1 emerald here. And this track is really short, so I'm not gonna clip on lap 3. So there we got the rings. So coin is here. The emerald is over here in this tunnel, which needs 50 rings. And last coin is here. And that was Resort Island. That was really bad, but whatever. So now the challenge race. Once again, I'm going to turn around and try to clip out of bounds. Pretty much the same thing as I did before. So for this clip, there's kind of like 2 different angles you can go for. I first go for this one, and if it doesn't give me luck, I try the other one. Let's see. Oh, that was pretty decent. Okay. So now we can go up here. And do circles. You gotta be careful to just slightly tap the B button here, because otherwise you get too much speed and you end up going wherever and possibly back and bounce, and you don't want that. So that was Resort Island. This just unlocked Metal Sonic. We're gonna see him in a bit. But for now, I'm going to go to Radical City. This is a longer track again, and it has a really consistent route to pick up everything by the end of lap 2. So we're definitely gonna see a lap 3 clip here. Yeah, as far as movement in this game goes, I'm trying to drift as much as possible. Basically, anytime you see me drift, I gain speed doing that. So a lot of times I also slide along walls or bump into walls to get myself into a drift as much as possible. Unfortunately, in this category, I have to play with sunny weather. I can explain why in a second. But if you've ever seen... Oh, that's not good. If you've ever seen a speedrun of Sonic R before, you've probably seen the no out of bounds category. And in these, you always play with snow, because on snow, the water is frozen, you can just run over it. But in this category, you can't do that, because basically these corner wiggle clips don't work with snow for some reason. So we have to deal with this with the water and clear weather here. And how that affects the movement is basically on snow you have less traction, so it's much easier to get into a drift and gain extra speed. On this category, you don't have snow, so it's harder to utilize the speed drifting here. So here again, trying to clip. There we go. This clip tends to give me the most trouble out of all of them, but that went pretty well there. And that was Radical City. So now I'm being challenged by Tailstall, and you know what the deal is with Tailstall. I should probably hurry and clip out of bounds quickly, or he gets me. So let's try to do that. Oh, that was really quick. That was... I don't have splits up, but that's gold split here clip. So that was really lucky. So Tailstall is absolutely not getting us. Beautiful. Alright. So now we are doing Regal Ruin. For Regal Ruin, I'm going to switch to Metal Sonic. Metal Sonic can actually not do the kind of clips that I just did, but the clip in this track works differently, so I can use Metal Sonic here. I'm gonna explain why I use Metal Sonic when I get to it. but for now it's not too much different. Metal Sonic has slightly sharper turning, and can also jump over the water like this, so pretty useful here. So that definitely comes in handy. I'm not having an opportunity to clip on the first race on this track, because the items that I have to collect are spread out in a way that I have to take 3 different routes on each lap, so I do have to use every lap to collect stuff. So on this track, the emeralds are hidden in some weird pyramid things that open up when you go through the gates, but you don't actually have to wait for the pyramids to open up, so you can just run through them like this and collect the emerald. And the second one, last coin first and foremost, is up there on the spring, and second emerald is here. There you see it opening up as I go through it. I missed it. And that was pretty much Regal Ruin already. Okay, so here comes the clip for this track. It works slightly different. It's the only one that's not luck dependent, but it is pretty precise. So in a PB attempt, this is like a really tense spot of the run. Let's see if I get it. I did not, so you can see how it looks like when I fail it. I don't clip. Very interesting, I know. Let's try it again. Ah, come on. I just got this in practice, I swear. There we go. So you just have to do a small hop into the bank turn on the correct spot and it clips you through. And then you can line yourself up on this pillar and do circles and it triggers the laps. So this part here is actually the reason I switched to Metal Sonic for this track. And that is because Metal Sonic's tighter turning is double useful here underwater. Basically, if you do this with Metal Knuckles, because of his kind of bad turning radius, this takes forever. And you just save like 10 seconds with Metal Sonic doing these out-of-bounds circles. But yeah, we've got all the Chaos Emeralds now, so we unlock Super Sonic, and we can go to the final track. Radiant Emeralds. There's nothing to collect here anymore, because we already have everything. Also, there is no reliable clip on this track that I can go for here, but there's something I'm trying to do here, and it did not work. Big surprise. So basically, the deal with this game is basically anytime you hit a wall with a huge amount of speed, there is a very small but existent chance that the collision will just give up and you fall through the wall and get out of bounds. And if that happened there at the start, I could have saved 20 seconds on a lap, but it unfortunately didn't. So I have 2 more chances to do it, but it probably won't happen, but it's cool to go for. The world record also doesn't have it in. So if you do attempts of this and you're within 20 seconds of world record and you get really lucky like this, then congrats. But yeah, I haven't explained these zippers right here yet. So basically, they zip you forward like that, and the more rings you have, the further they send you. So you always want to have as many rings as possible when you do hit them. They cap at 50 rings, so always have 50 rings or more here for these zippers. You don't usually take them on the rest of the run, because you're usually busy with collecting rings. But here you take them, and I took them out at the end of Regal Ruin. But yeah, other than that, this level is mostly just fast movement. Here's a lot of wall sliding again, to see how that increases your speed. Pretty notable with Supersonic as well. But yeah, we're coming up on time right here, as soon as I cross the finish line. And that's time.
Alright, you got a 1357, 57.
That's not bad. A 13 is decent for a no reset. This category is like pretty inconsistent with all the clips, so you can't really get like a high, like a PB level run in a marathon for this category, but 13 is pretty decent.
Yep. And I have an offer for you, because the next runner is unfortunately the next runner isn't here yet, so we're unable to ride the early train.
Okay.
And this means we could theoretically do a bonus run. So if you want to run any percent with out of bounds, then
yeah,
that is an offer right now. I can offer you that right now.
Yeah, sure, I can do that. It's more of the same clips again, but I guess like just breezing through the game like that might be pretty fun. So I can do that.
I know there are different strategies with like collecting like on the tracks and stuff that you can call out. And I think it's only like, isn't it only like 7 minutes or so, 8 minutes?
Yeah, 7 minutes for any percent for the out of bounds category.
Yeah, Alright, before we do that, however, we have a lot of time. The next run is supposed to start in like 26 minutes.
Okay.
So like 16 minutes until that scheduled break screen.
Alright.
So we're gonna go quickly on the break screen, try to figure out the audio issue.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're gonna be back very shortly. And then Nim is gonna do a quick bonus run here. Again, shoutouts to everyone before this going underestimate. This is what happens when when you do that. We get bonus runs. Amazing. So let's quickly go on break, and we'll be back shortly.
Can you see the sun is shining on me? It makes me feel so
Alright, so I'm back per popular demand with more Sonic R. So I just did the 100% category. I'm gonna do again the any percent category out of bounds because this is yes glitches allowed, so I can't do the glitchless category. So we're doing out of bounds. I usually do this category in the order from least consistent to most consistent, but since I can't reset here anyways in a marathon, I'm just gonna do them in the intended order. So let's start on Resort Island. So 3, 2, 1, go. So yeah, once again, this is just gonna be more of what we've just seen in 100%. The clips basically just turning around and just trying to clip out of bounds. Actually, since this is a different run now and I've shown this clip before, I can maybe show a different clip just for fun. Just to spice it up a little. So I can make this like a glitch showcase maybe. So there's a small clip you can do here. You can do that with every character. There you go. So this is slower, but it's more consistent, and since I did the other clip in the other run, I might as well do this now. So, yeah. Now again, line up here to trigger the laps. And that's Resort Island. No cutscene skips in any percent. Unfortunately, you can't skip these cutscenes. If you do, you just go back to the title screen and it won't unlock anything. So, to Radical City now. So, I guess what's interesting about this category in particular is because basically all you have to do is clips. You can, if you take the riskiest route, you can just take the character that that can just do the clips best in like PB attempts, and don't have to worry about the character actually being good for anything else. So the fastest route for this category actually takes Amy on every track, because Amy is a terrible character usually, but because of she can boost, and she has and that allows her to do clips on different spots. So on this track, for example, with Amy, I can clip like right at the start, and I don't have to walk back down like I did with Knuckles. But I'm not gonna go for that in a marathon setting because it's just I don't want to end up slamming myself into a wall for a minute. So I'd rather do this. But I'm going to switch to Amy for this next track because if you remember from last run, the clip here is actually different. So and Amy is much better for this, especially if I would want to do this with Knuckles. What you saw me do with Metal Sonic. I need frozen water. I messed that up. I would need frozen water usually, and because Amy can just hover over the water, she can do that on any weather. So that's why we use Amy here. The old route for this category basically switched the weather for this track, but it's not really, it takes a long time because it's just extra menuing, so we can just do this with Amy. It's not really much harder than doing the small jump strat that you saw me do in the other run. So this is definitely the way to go for this category, doing this with Amy. Circles here. Amy can also do these much faster than Metal Sonic or Metal Knuckles, what you saw last time. Alright, so off to Reactor Factory. You saw that one last time as well. That one is pretty much going to be exactly the same as this challenge race on the 100% run. So yeah, just walking up and clipping out. The final track is gonna be different though. if it clips me in the wrong direction here, it actually soft locks because now the room is locked because I didn't unlock it. So if it would clip me to the right there, I would have to restart. Luckily that didn't happen, so everything went smoothly. And that's Reactor Factory. So, now I unlock the last track, Radiant Emerald. Like I've said, still there is no really reliable way to do a real skip on that track. But what I can do here is I do the strat for the any % no out of bounds category. Which is a small skip, it doesn't count as out of bounds, so it's fair game for that category, but it's the only reliable thing I have that I can use here. So the skip right here that I'm going to do is called Helix Skip. Unfortunately, I have not practiced it, and it's, to me, like the hardest thing in the game. So, and I have to get it 3 times ideally, so I hope I get it just once, that would be fine for me. But yeah, I haven't done this in a while, so let's see how this goes. I basically have to go up here, start a glide. Knuckles can glide, by the way, and if you didn't know that, and that's handy for this. And you do this. This looks not very good. Alright, we got it, nice. So that's lap 1 Helix Skip. Lap 1 is actually easier than lap 2 and 3, because in lap 2 and 3 you take that shortcut route and that puts you on a really awkward spot to set it up. But we're gonna try anyways. So let's see. No, I already messed up the setup, so that's not gonna work. So this is like really tight. You need pretty optimal movement to make this. So this is when you do the any % no out of bounds category where most of your runs die. There is actually a clip for Amy for this track. Similar to what I explained in Radical City. But unfortunately it is extremely inconsistent, and because Amy is so slow, you have to get it on all 3 laps for it to even save time. So it's really not viable. I don't have a PB with it. The current world record uses it for this category, but yeah, it's really hard to inconsistent to do. I can try to show it off, but the issue with this track basically is everything floats up so high in the air, so just getting out of bounds is not too useful. By the way, we're coming up on time here. And that's time. But yeah, the thing with this track is... What time was that?
I'm just still waiting for the thing. Alright, 7:35.
Not bad. So yeah, the issue with this track is you can't really do the lap triggering like you saw me do on the other tracks, because just getting out of bounds here on this track doesn't allow you to trigger any laps because the track is floating up so high. So and basically when you get out of bounds you have to get back in bounds again, so you can just skip parts of the lap but you can't skip the entire lap. And then if you go for the Amy clip, basically you have to get it all 3 laps or it loses time because Amy is so slow, and that's just really unlikely. If you want, I can try to show off the Amy clip really quick.
I don't think we have time.
Okay,
for that.
that's fine. It doesn't look too spectacular anyways.
How long does it take? Like 2 minutes?
Probably less. I'll just give it like 1.
Ben, do it. Yeah,
okay.
We have 2 minutes for sure.
So going with Amy into Radiant Emerald. So basically all you have to do is try to boost into like the corner next to the pole on the starting line. And if you're lucky and you angle yourself just right, it clips you through. So let's try this. Nope, no luck there. So the boost takes a moment to recharge for Amy, so you have to time to set yourself up again and try again. But yeah, it loses a lot of time not getting it. I'm gonna try two more times. But yeah, this clip is really dumb. And mad shoutouts to Dillcat for having that in a single segment run, and Ultimate Gamer 95 as well. I haven't bothered grinding out a PB with this yet. Ah, there we go, on the last try. So it just dropped me down on the track here. And basically that skips most of the track, but you see how slow Amy is, so even if that skips most of the track, you really have to get it first try every time, or actually you can afford one failed attempt, but you have to basically get it on all 3 laps really quickly, or it loses time because of how slow Amy is. So yeah, that's basically it. You just get back here to the start, and you can set yourself up for the next lap like that.
All right.
Oh yeah, that's it. That was Sonic R Out of Bounds. I hope you all enjoyed, and thank you for having me.
Is there anyone you want to shout out?
Yeah, sure. The Sonic R community, lots of great people there. There's a Discord server for just Sonic speedrunning in general, and there's also one for Sonic R specifically. The latter one you can find in the Sonic R forums on speedrun.com. If you're interested, most people speedrun the no out of bounds category, but there's also plenty there who do the glitch stuff. So if that interests you, go give us a visit. And yeah, thank you all for watching.
And thanks for running again. It was also awesome. See ya.
See ya.
Is so King is still not here. Alright, in that case, let me do an on-stream announcement about the next run, alright? Alright, amazing run by Nimputs. Runs, thanks again for everyone going underestimate. It's always nice to have bonus runs. As you can see on the current run information, we do have a slight schedule change because the next runner told us that he'd be like the next supposed runner, which would have been Super Mario Odyssey World Peace by King O444, King J.O. 0444. Sorry about that. He told us that he'd be waking up exactly for his runner, but since we're a little bit early, the runner after him actually offered to jump in front just so we wouldn't have a huge gap. So since since it's 10 minutes before where King J is supposed to start, we would need to like start setting him up now. We decided that we just switched to 2 runs. So Odyssey will be half an hour later because King is not here yet, unfortunately. So the next one will be Bloodstained Curse of the Moon Nightmare Veteran by Lexus. And I will be heading off here. I will no longer be hosting. Picker Fighter will be taking me over here. So I hope you like the audio visualization on streams, because I don't think Pico has those. They're also really CPU intensive, so like I'm like the only one who can do that, unfortunately.